Everyone talks about summer as a time to do more travel, more goals, more productivity, more of everything. But what if this summer you did something different? What if this summer you stopped chasing more and finally came back to yourself? That's what we are doing here in season 2 of the Voicekeeper Podcast. Welcome to the summer of return. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Voicekeeper Podcast. I am Caroline Hull, your Voicekeeper, intuitive card reader, and spiritual coach, and I'm so glad that you are here. If you are new here, welcome. This is a soft space for women who are returning to themselves, to their voice, their truth, their inner knowing. And if you've been here for a while, welcome back. I have missed you. I know I have been on a break. I'm definitely going to do a little personal catch up. But today I want to kick off something I'm so excited about. This is going to be right now it's about 10 episode summer series called The Summer of Return. And I've decided that I'm actually going to be doing seasons of my podcast to kind of coincide with the seasons of my life. So this will be season 2. Welcome. So excited you're here. Over the next several weeks, we're going to explore what it really means to come home to yourself. And I'm doing something a little different this series, and it's something that I've really been wanting to do as I've thought about my podcast and coming back to it. And I'm actually going to be doing a live card pull during the episode. It may be from a tarot deck, it may be from an oracle deck, but we're going to let that guide our conversation a little bit because I really do believe that your intuition deserves a seat at the table. And honestly, like what I have found is that the cards always know. The cards are really good at helping us connect to our intuition and connect to maybe something that we didn't see that was there. So I'm really excited to be adding this to the structure of the episodes. So definitely get excited for that. If you don't know, I am an intuitive card reader. Intuitive card reader to me means that I don't necessarily look at the book. So with a lot of decks, you get a book that tells you what it means, and I will definitely look at what it means sometimes, especially for some of my more complicated decks, if you will, like the Woodland Wardens is a really good example of a deck that has its own kind of vocabulary. But for the most part, what I'm doing is tuning into my guides. When I'm reading for somebody, I'm tuning into their guides and finding out what that message means for them. So that's exactly what we'll be doing during these episodes. So excited. But first, before we get into all of that, I want to catch you up on what's been going on in my world because I have been on a break. I was actually just looking, I was like, when was my last podcast episode? And it was back in March. And what I found was that it's been a season. It's been a really beautiful, full, sometimes overwhelming season. This year has been so interesting in my life personally because I came into it very much with the mindset of I'm going to grow my business this year. This is the year where everything's going to happen. And instead, the universe was like, actually, we really need you to focus on your kids. They need you a lot. They need you more than normal. And that's where your attention needs to be. And so I've actually pulled back on a lot of things and really tried to focus on what really matters and what I really enjoy doing. And one of the things that I really have fallen in love with is writing. So when I talk about, leaving parts of you behind and rediscovering them again, one of those things for me is writing. When I graduated college, I was definitely in this moment of, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know who I am. And I decided I was going to be a writer. And my mom bought me a computer. She was very supportive. I had, at the time, was recovering from a pretty traumatic dance injury that forced me to quit my ballet career. I was majoring in ballet at the time, and I was going to be a writer. And I tried it for a while and just really didn't have the confidence in my ability and my voice at the time to think that it was actually something I could do. And I was very eager to begin my life. Like I had danced my entire life and it had ended, and I was like, I need to know what's next right now. And at the time I was young, I was not connected to myself and my intuition and my spirituality as I am now. And I didn't really know what I was looking for. but I kept looking for it and I left writing in the dust. And I'm so excited to be back in it. I'm definitely in a different space about my voice and what I bring to the table. And so that's really the biggest thing that has happened since that last episode came out is my book, Let Her Return, is out in the world. It's this beautiful thing right here. I honestly can't believe that I'm saying that. This book has been such a labor of love. I literally wrote, edited, designed it, everything, really as a practice to just be like, I can write a book. But also, I was just so eager to get it out into the world. It's a journey through the 3 phases I've identified in my own path and in the women that I work with. So we go through awaken, reclaim, and embody. And if you've been feeling off, quiet, or like you can no longer be at home in your life, I literally wrote this book for you. In fact, I got a review today, or I don't know if it came today, but I was reading my reviews and someone said, "Thank you so much for sharing this. Perfect timing and on point. I thought you were telling parts of my story." And that's literally why I wrote this book. So if you're interested in it, you can head to carolinehull.com/book. And then I also launched something that I'm really proud of, and it is the Returning. It's my sacred membership community on Substack, and it's a space for women to rest, rediscover, and return to themselves month by month. We have circle recordings, monthly energy readings, exclusive transmissions, and so much more. It's $15 a month, and it's honestly the most aligned thing I've ever built. So there will be a link for that in the show notes. And then this summer, I am going to be homeschooling. My kids have some school to finish up. I'm going to be doing a ton of writing. I'm actually working on a fiction novel, if you can believe it. And if you want to follow that journey, I have a whole separate website, Instagram, everything. It's carolinehullauthor.com. Recording this podcast, getting back into recording this podcast. I did start another podcast with my cousin called Bookish Ambitions, which if you love books and adaptations, please go listen to that. And then I'm just going to be trying to actually live what I teach, which is more slowness, more presence, more return. So let's drop in. Before we go anywhere or before we get into the actual content of this episode, I just want to invite you to just arrive. Wherever you are, if you're in your car, on a walk, folding laundry, maybe you're lying in bed. I wish I was lying in bed right now. I'm so tired. Take a deep breath with me. In through your nose. And exhale. Let it all go. If you need to do that a few more times, feel free. I just want you to feel your body where you are. Feel the weight of whatever you've been carrying today. And just for the next 20 or so minutes, you don't have to carry it. You can set it down. This time is yours. So we're going to be talking about summer today. And I just want to see what the cards have to say about summer and what they think of that, what the guides would like us to know about summer. Oh, and I have pulled the Knight of Cups reversed. So I will hold this up for my YouTube viewers. Knight of Cups reversed. So this card is really interesting because you've got this guy on a horse. He's a knight and he's in this beautiful landscape and he's not really focused on what's in front of him. He's more focused on the cup, which is interesting. And so what are we supposed to know from this? And again, you may pick up a tarot book and you may say, well, that's not what it meant. But in this moment, this card has been brought to us for a reason. This is what it means for us right now. The journey is in front of you. Stop trying to hold things so close, hold them so tight. Like summer is about expansiveness and looking beyond. Your cup is already full. It's so full. No need to focus on it as much because it's already full. So look outward, look beyond is what I'm really getting. So let's see how that goes into what I want to talk about today. There's something about summer that gives us permission we don't usually give ourselves, right? The pace shifts, the days get longer, the light stays, and somewhere in that stretch of golden evening, which I will be spending on my patio, let me tell you, something in us exhales, right? Like we let our kids stay up late, we eat outside, we read things that have nothing to do with being productive. We let ourselves just be. And I want to ask you, what if that wasn't just a summer thing? What if that exhale was available to you all the time? What if rest wasn't a reward for finishing everything, but a practice that you actually built your life around? I really think that summer is a doorway. And this summer, I want you to walk through it differently, which is funny because he's walking on a horse, right? Walk through it differently. And the wheel of the year, the summer is a season of fullness. If you don't know what the wheel of the year is, you'll see it a lot. I wish I had one on my wall that I could show you. But you'll see it a lot in like the pagan practices. So we think of like the Sabbats. So you'll hear things like Beltane, Samhain, Ostera. That's the wheel of the year. And summer really is in the wheel of the year, like the celebration of harvest and light and fire, of being in full bloom or being seen, right? And I think that that's really interesting because many of us have spent years making ourselves smaller, quieter, less. Like maybe we've been in a season of hiding, whether we knew it or not. So I want to ask you, what in you wants to be seen right now? Not performed, not polished, just seen. And what part of you has been waiting for permission to come out into the light? What are you trying to see beyond the cup, beyond things that are so close, right? And here's the thing too, like I don't have to tell you this, but the last few years have asked a lot of us. It's been a lot and it's asked a lot of us, right? The world has been loud and heavy and demanding. In the middle of it all, so many of us have abandoned ourselves. We've given everything to managing our families, our jobs, surviving, right? Is it a good economy? Is it a bad economy? What do I need to do? We're trying to hold it all together. And somewhere along the way, we lose the thread of who we actually are. But I really want to I want to change the narrative around this. I want to invite you to know that this is not the moment to keep abandoning yourselves. In this moment, you're being called back to yourself. And not because everything is fixed or resolved or okay, but because you cannot pour from a place of complete disconnection. And you cannot show up for the things and the people that matter when you have no idea who you are. Return is not a retreat. So when I talk about returning, it's not about going backwards or going inward, right? We're focusing outside of ourselves. It's a reconnection. It's finding the thread of yourself so you can move forward from a real place. I want to pull another card. They're really loving this side of the deck today. Oh, we got the High Priestess. So the High Priestess really is a card about inner wisdom. I think that a lot of times when this one pops up for me, I am actually going to look up her definition for a second because I want to make sure. Yeah. Oh, and also long days. I knew there was something summary in there, which is why I had to look it up for a second. And you look at this card and, there's what look like pomegranates to me behind her, some kind of fruit. And so this is really about like fruitfulness. And I love long days is in there because that's very summer. And I think of fruit. Fruit is a very summer thing for me, especially living in Colorado. Our produce has a very short season. And so it's like, take advantage of it. Take advantage of all of it in this moment. I want to be really clear about something. Like return doesn't mean that you have to blow up your life. When I work with clients and they come to me and they're like, something doesn't feel right. And we might pull some cards and talk about it. And the question inevitably comes up, does this mean that I have to do all the things or leave all the things, leave it all behind? Absolutely not. It does not mean quitting your job or leaving your relationship or moving to Bali, right? As we see so many spiritual people do. Although no judgment if that's where you end up, but that's not for everyone. And what I want to be very clear about is that it's, again, not about blowing up. It means slowing down enough to hear yourself again. It means noticing when you're acting from obligation instead of desire. It means asking, wait, what do I actually want? And being willing to sit with the answer, even if it's inconvenient. It's small and it's sacred, and it's the most important work you will ever do. And this is what we're going to be talking about all summer. What we're going to be talking about in season 2 of this podcast is what this return can look like and how you can start to take the steps to that. And I pulled the Four of Wands. Again, what a very summary pull here. This card is Joyce. You have these two humans in the middle, and they've got flower crowns on, and they're holding up flowers, and you can just see all the abundance around the wands. And when you put these three cards together, so we pulled the Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Four of Wands, there really is a message of like abundance. I asked specifically what this was about for summer, and they really are saying like this is a time to take a moment, to sit, to reflect, to focus on the inner world, while also celebrating the abundance and beauty that is around you, and remembering that even though what you have right now, right against you, is worth focusing on, it's also important to remember that there's so much outside of you that is in abundance, that is moving in the direction for you. Like I always say, the universe only wants the best for you, but you have to be willing to see it. So if this episode landed for you, I want to invite you to go deeper. And this is just episode 1. Like we're going to be really diving in to a lot of topics around rediscovering ourselves, reconnecting with ourselves. So we're just getting started. But my book, Let Her Return, is definitely your companion for this journey. It walks you through the 3 phases of return, awaken, reclaim, and embody, with reflection prompts, personal stories, and everything I've learned on my own path back to myself. You can find it at carolinehull.com/book. And I'm working furiously on a journal that will actually go with the book. So I'm hoping to have that out this summer. And if you want a community to do this work with, a soft, sacred space to return to month after month, the Returning membership is waiting for you. It's on Substack, and it is truly the container I wish that I'd had when I was in the thick of my own journey. So that link will be in the show notes for you as well. And I'll also, in the show notes, be putting a picture of the cards that we drew if you want to get a closer look at them. Because I think, the thing with cards that I love is there's so much symbolism for you personally, for me, for anyone who's holding them. And I love to just sit and look at the beautiful art. They really are such a work of art, and find things that mean something to me. So that'll be in the show notes as well. And before I let you go, I want to leave you with one last thing. This summer, you do not have to become anything new. You don't have to fix yourself or improve yourself or hustle your way into a better version of your life. You just have to remember. That's it. And then take one small step back toward the woman who has been waiting for you. She's not lost. She's just been waiting, and you've got this. I will see you in the next episode with so much love and light and summer abundance. Have a great day.